2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Shenton Park or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Hands up!
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that? It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the Monday podcast. Obviously, big weekend. We had to go to the old bloody polling booths. Landslide victory. Massive victory to Labor. 86 seats, which has blown everybody away. Who did you vote for, mate?
Hey, Whip, put your headphones on for the podcast, you mongrel.
Good on you, buddy. That's awesome.
G'day, guys. How's it going? Is the podcast on?
There he is. Sorry to give you the update, but your trumpet of patriots, folks, didn't go too well because he only got 1.86% of the vote. Clive?
That's okay. Clive and I sat down for a good meal. We both sat down and ordered 600 chickens, made our way through that, and then decided that we're not going to do politics anymore.
Come on, ramp it up!
I spoke to his brother Chicken, and...
Chicken Palmer. Yep.
Good.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I spoke to his mum, Mrs. Palmer.
Was that a surf wax?
No.
That was,
no,
wasn't
you
it?
think of sex wax? Oh, maybe it was Mrs. Palmer.
No, Mrs. Palmer's was a surf wax.
Yeah, it was called Mrs. Palmer's, and it was the best grip around.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, around what?
It's a surf wax.
Right.
So, look, we go through our election results today and what we got up to over the weekend, but also we need to discuss UberEats try to jump on board with your democracy sausage. You need it fresh. I'm not going to wait for someone to deliver me a democracy sausage.
I was after more of a communist Kransky. Yeah, sort of different to the democracy sausage. I couldn't get one. I looked everywhere.
That's all coming up in the pod.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I got sucked in. You know what? After maths, and then this love triangle Australia's come on Stan, right? And I'm like, no, I've had enough of maths. But then BJ's been into it,
yeah, right.
She puts it on while she's preparing dinner every night, and then I just, for some reason, I'll go get a drink from the fridge. And next thing, I'm half an hour on the couch watching Love Triangle Australia. Now, if you don't know what it is, Love Triangle Australia, what it does. It's a dating show where singles choose between two potential partners, right? You form connections through texts and calls without knowing what they look like. Now, after you choose your first partner, the couple moves in together, but their second potential match is then introduced, creating a love triangle and challenging their initial connections.
Right.
Right? So it's like maths, but it's like the wife swap, but it's happening all the time.
And how does it climax? Does that one person looking for love then...
Well, they go to the bedroom.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Does she,
show.
Is there a finale where she has to choose or the...
Oh, it's just if you fall in love, mate. You got two choices there. Which one do you want?
Okay. A or
do you
B?
remember Mike? We've spoken about Mike's on it from maths. Now, Mike's the guy that's tattooed his hair on.
Yes.
He failed spectacularly at maths, and now he's gone on Love Triangle, and he's the older one on there. So, okay, with Love Triangle, Mike's already stuffed up his first relationship, so there's a new girl in there, right?
Great.
And he's struggling with the second one as well because everyone's having a go at him at the table. And he's just telling everyone, you're irritating me. Everyone's off Mike. And there's a realisation on the show. Like, Mike's in his 50s, right? And he's still single. But there's a realisation on the show about the true person that he really is. Now, I'm going to play a grab for you here. It's really hard to pick up, but see if you can decipher the person that Mike's turned into.
I'm not a very good person. I'm just not a very good person. Actually, I'm not a good person. Because this stuff doesn't happen to good people this happens to me all the time. This happens all the time.
Yeah, mate.
This little thing that just happened now, this happens all the time to me.
Thing called reality TV.
And I mean that sincerely. I know I'm not a good person.
We heard you the first time.
Do you guys could you pick it up?
Great bloke. Really great bloke.
Do you know what? Like, just change, mate. If you're doing it all the time, if you're not learning by your mistakes, Mike,
come on, Mike.
You're going to die a lonely man. That's a really harsh statement from me, but I'm sorry. Do you know what? It would be good, though. It would be good to have Mike at the age of 80 still on reality dating shows, still going.
Everyone else is 30 looking for love.
We've got to find him love. Come on, Australia.
I'm not a good person. I'm not enough, just wet me pants.
It's on his tombstone, Mike Gunner. I'm not a good person.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Did you grab yourself a democracy sausage Saturday, big day? No one saw it coming. I think we all knew that Labor, we were going to see red, but not that much red currently as we stand.
Yeah, where's it at?
Labor's got 86 seats. They only needed 76. The Coalition has only got 39. They're going to struggle to get to 40.
Yeah, they're going to need.
They've doubled the seats. Independent 9, other 2, Green 1. The big thing for Anthony Albanese, though, because Barry Cassidy tweeted this one, he won't only be the first PM to win back-to-back elections. He is the first ever PM to increase his majority. So his popularity's got bigger after his first election victory.
Right.
So Menzies, Howard, Hawke and Fraser didn't do that. They got second terms, but they didn't get more popularity whip.
Yeah, interesting.
Albo's gone up even more.
I mean, he was favourite in the term statistically as well, wasn't he? Because what was the stat about how no one has lost a second term? No party's lost a second term since 1931.
Yeah. So
you go in hot favourite.
You do go in hot favourite.
It's yours to lose is probably the best way to put it.
Did you watch? I love the coverage on the night. Did anyone see Clive Palmer on Channel 7? I mean, he was just checking his computer the whole time, hoping to get one seat. I can confirm to everyone.
Refresh.
Can confirm to everyone that Clive Palmer has now admitted that he's too old for politics following the Trumpet of Patriots' failed election campaign. The party only picked up 1.85% of the primary vote. He said, I'm 71, I'm getting too old for politics. There's a side of Clive that we didn't know about because we fire up about the text messages and how much money he spent on the campaign.
Yeah.
I'd rather spend time helping the tens of thousands that are homeless and hungry in this country. That's why I've donated $5 million to Food Bank.
Wow.
The only thing is, I think the price of his election campaign would be around about $150 million.
Well, I think it came in at 60. Was that declared that he'd spent 60 on the campaign?
I don't know.
The size of the ad spend in the paper, the messages, the billboards, Make Australia Eat Again, all of the work that he did.
So Mark Riley, Channel 7 News political editor, to watch it on Saturday night, I sat down with a glass of wine after getting back from footy presentations and I was like, oh, man, this is unbelievable. I had Collingwood Geelong on one television and I had the election campaign on the other. So this is him. He had Liberal representatives at the table and then he comes out with this whip.
This is a catastrophic defeat for the Liberal Party. They're a rump. 35 seats, struggling to get to 40, the party of Menzies. It's an extraordinary defeat. They're down 14 seats now. I mean, look, Bonner, Leichhardt, Ford, Petrie, Dixon, you lost your leader. Bass, Braddon, the old bellwethers, they've come to the Labor Party. Menzies, Casey's, Deakin, Hughes, Banks. It's decimated the front bench. It's cut off the head of the party. It is a catastrophic defeat. The party that chose nuclear energy as its policy has exploded in a nuclear bomb.
It was unbelievable to watch. Anthony Albanese, do you know what? His victory speech was very emotional. You could see he had tears in his eyes. He loves this country. I think the most powerful moment for me, Whip, and leading up to it, the talk of the welcome to country. Oh my gosh! And what happened on Anzac Day? And the coalition they should have come out straight away and said that was disgusting what happened on Anzac Day, but they didn't. They said this is a discussion that do we really need welcome to country?
Sure.
And it blew up in their face. But this was Anthony Albanese, and have a listen to the emotion behind this and the crowd when he welcomed.
Serving as your Prime Minister is the greatest honour of my life. And it is with a deep sense of humility and a profound sense of responsibility that the first thing that I do tonight is to say thank you to the people of Australia for the chance to continue to serve the best nation on earth. And I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet. And I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging today and every day.
And then Collingwood missed a goal after the siren.
Yeah, you know what? And there's going to be people that fire up about that, but who gives a stuff, because we need to welcome to country all the time. Can I just say this, and Whip, I don't know if you saw this as well, but Peter Dutton's impressive speech in defeat. Do you know what? I looked at that man, and we're going to play it for you right now, and I said to myself, Pete, if you only did that in your campaign and we saw that true side of you, it was so impressive. Have a listen to this.
Now, we didn't do well enough during this campaign. That much is obvious tonight, and I accept full responsibility for that. Earlier on, I called the Prime Minister to congratulate him on his success tonight. It's an historic occasion for the Labor Party, and we recognise that. I congratulated the Prime Minister and wished he and Jodie and Nathan all the very best. And I said to the Prime Minister that his mum would be incredibly proud of his achievement tonight, and he should be very proud of what he's achieved. Thank you.
Yeah, he spoke very well. Do you know, and it's going to be a question for Peter Dutton, what he does moving forward. Does he want to stick in politics? You would assume there will be a leadership change at some stage. A lot of talk about Josh Frydenberg.
Well, Josh Frydenberg? No, he's gone, mate.
I thought he was in. I thought that's what I read yesterday. Is he out, is he?
He left politics at the last
get him
election.
Back, mate. No.
Clive, Angus Taylor, he's the front runner. I don't think
forget about it.
His trust level is up there. The coalition are in a fair bit of trouble. Unbelievable.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Claremont or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Big weekend, our election weekend, remaining as our Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese.
Unbelievable effort. I think that the number one topic that we need to talk about is Clive Palmer's gone, guys. He failed to even get one seat. And the trumpet of patriots, I think even he admitted that he should have gone with the Australian United Party that he went with before, the old yellow. It was tough picking up the Daily Telegraph yesterday and not seeing 8 pages of yellow, wasn't it? It was really hard.
Did I tell you that Clive Palmer has got the largest car collection in the world? 280 cars he's collected over the years.
And I feel like he had giant dinosaurs.
Yes, he did, on the golf course.
Yes.
Yeah, that's still there, isn't it?
And Swan, he's building the replica of the Titanic.
I'd say that's on hold. Spent 60 on this last campaign. Cash must be endless for the big lad.
$60 million. I must admit, he said, I'm getting too old for this now. I'm 70.
Getting too old for this shit.
He did a bit of a Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon. Get too old for this shit. 71 years of age. He did say, I must admit, I'll give it to Clive, I'd rather spend time helping the tens of thousands that are homeless and hungry in this country. That's why I've donated my pantry to... $5 million to food...
Ryan, James.
I mean, he should have thought
Come on,
about
mate.
those people when he blew $60 million on
I know, you could
stupidity.
have fed everybody for a year.
He's donated $5 million to Food Bank.
Great effort.
Talking of acceptance speeches, I just want to bring up, and I know a lot of people were obviously against Peter Dutton. Their campaign failed spectacularly. And Swanee, we spoke about this morning, and I know we joke about this, but when we did the backyard cricket game at Kirribilli House, Chrissie...
Sell it in, mate.
Yeah.
The week leading up to that, in the polls, right, the surveys were saying that the coalition were not only going to win, it was saying that they were going to win by a majority. Like they were on fire. And
So what went wrong?
Well, this
What
is
went
the thing.
right? The cricket.
Well, I think there was combined, there was a lot of things that went wrong. Actually, before I get to Peter Dutton's speech, I want to go to Jacinta Price. And we know Jacinta Price, she was involved with Dutton. She joined the Liberals during the Yes campaign. She was the one that decided that we've got to integrate a little bit of Donald Trump into our election campaign. Yeah. This is what she had to say leading up to the election.
And we have incredible candidates right around the country that I'm so proud to be able to stand beside and to ensure that we can make Australia great again, that we can bring Australia back to its former glory.
I think that first line, you got that first line again, Jess?
Make Australia great again.
Just drop the catchphrase.
So then a day later she was asked about that line and she played a little bit dumb.
In your address to the rally, you said you wanted to make Australia great again. Is that an ode to Donald Trump?
As to your last question, no. If I said that, I don't even realise I said that, but no. I'm an Australian and I want to ensure that we get Australia back on track.
Yeah, just catchphrases, mate.
They had to pull her into line because the association with Trump failed spectacularly, and that is when it all started going downhill. Didn't help as well when Jacinta Price put up a photo over Christmas with her husband, both wearing MAGA hats.
Oh, she's really locked into it. Did she really?
Oh,
man.
She did. I've got a
are
photo.
you joking?
No, she wore a Donald Trump MAGA hat
Go
over
and lick your
Christmas.
finger, stick it in the air, and just try and get an understanding of the wind.
Oh, no, unbelievable.
But then she said that, so she's in the MAGA hat, and then she says, oh, no, I just,
don't know where it came from.
I said that.
So we also just want to speak. Congratulations to Anthony Albanese. Look, we love Albo on the show. I think he's your everyday man. And there's things that people disagree with, I understand, but it's undeniable. 86 seats. He is one of the most popular prime ministers of all time. And the reason for that is because, do you know what? I just think he connects with Australians. I want to talk about Peter Dutton's speech here, and we were talking about this before, that if he showed a little bit more emotion like this, his impressive speech in defeat, I think we need to highlight that here. He is gone now. He's not even in politics anymore, but have a listen to this.
Now, we didn't do well enough during this campaign. That much is obvious tonight, and I accept full responsibility for that. Earlier on, I called the Prime Minister to congratulate him on his success tonight. It's an historic occasion for the Labor Party, and we recognise that. I congratulated the Prime Minister and wished he and Jody and Nathan all the very best. And I said to the Prime Minister that his mum would be incredibly proud of his achievement tonight, and he should be very proud of what he's achieved. Thank you.
And you're in a room there where everyone hates Labor. I'm not a fan of Anthony Albanese, but for him to do that, that's the humility that we needed to see a little bit more from him, I think, leading up to the election.
I mean, he's been to the studio many times, Fitz, and I think we know him well enough to know that he's a good man. And I think what frustrated me about any of the campaign was when things became personal. And there were people out there on social media that were bagging Peter Dutton, calling him a woman hater and all this sort of stuff, which is absolute rubbish. Peter Dutton is a great guy, and he's a family guy. And you're right, I think he lacked emotion, and that's probably what struggled to get some voters over the line, Fitz.
You want to marry him with
I kissed him last week as a good luck message.
It was it was the tough exterior that we saw the whole time,
it was the
mate.
Queensland
It was the immigration. It was the welcome to country was an absolute nightmare for them as well. And for them not to condemn what happened on Anzac Day.
I think he did.
No, he didn't. They came out and said this this is a debate that we need to talk about more because there's too much welcome to country. That was their plan the whole
did say
time.
It was a disgrace what happened on Anzac Day.
It's that failed for them as well. But you know the results just show.
Yeah, Albo.
As long as everyone
backyard
got
cricket.
their democracy. Did you see UberEats? Yeah, you could order them online, Swanee, but you got to go to the polling booth to get a democracy sausage. You don't want to order it and get it delivered.
No, it'd be cold. You don't want a cold sausage. Tommy, do we lock in backyard cricket?
You stand there in front of the barbecue with a piece of bread in each hand and you say, "Hit me, Sergeant!"
Yeah. And 500 flyers in the other hand. Tommy, have we locked in backyard cricket to celebrate Albo?
Yeah, I think he already committed to it as one of his major policies.
Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see it in the debate.
Yeah,
should have been in the debate.
Hey, we did. There was a point there where the coalition were doing so well that remember we did have a meeting saying, do we start approaching Dutton on the next backyard cricket game?
Mm-hmm.
We thought that was going to happen.
It would have been nice if Albo had worn his backyard cricket jacket on election night, Tommy.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah.
Did you see? Did anyone?
Next year, Dutton will just be serving the drinks.
He might be on the barbie.
Did anyone?
Adam from Tender Gourmet Butchery.
Did you see the long distance camera they had on Kirribilli House, and they were waiting for Albo to come out, and then he let Toto out, and Toto did a whiz on the grass.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast. Chrissie's clickbait.
Seal, am I right?
Mm-hmm, the deal.
Have you would have interviewed him 1,000 times because he was like a judgy guy.
Yeah, Fitzy and I had quite a memorable interview with him where Seal turned up to the interview in a very, very tight leather jacket and an antique camera strapped across his chest.
Seal?
Oh my God.
So we spoke
I
photography
interviewed
for a
him
long
on
time.
that junket.
Did you?
Yeah.
The camera leather junket?
Swanee, Seal likes a bit of Seal. Seal loves a bit of Seal.
He speaks like he is the voice of God.
He speaks in the third person, and there's a lot. I mean, when there's people around him, is my chair in the right spot? Everything has to be done for Seal. Have you
I've got a few things that I noticed. He smells like a luxury vehicle.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah.
And I told him that.
And how did he like that?
Leather.
It was like a Bentley, wasn't he?
It smelled like leather and armour all.
Sort of slightly out of the factory, but still well produced.
Smelled like a brand new club lock.
Yes, from a Datsun.
God, can you remember Club
Lock?
What I think I got one for my 18th or 21st birthday. I used it once, and then I was like, Jesus, it takes me 20 minutes to get this thing off. Steal the car.
Yeah, you were really
Threw it in the back.
you were arming people that were interested in road rage. That's what you did. People were smashed with them.
Fitz, do you remember you recommended a podcast? I will get to the Seal story in a minute. Remember you recommended a podcast about songs and how they came about?
Oh, the backstory.
Song Exploder. Yeah, it's amazing.
Did you listen to the one with Seal?
Yeah, that was amazing actually. And it was it this song?
My God, you would, it is this song. You would think that it was Jesus himself talking about the Old Testament.
Is that right?
It's like, yeah, it's almost a satire.
Oh, I love that, where he's playing a parody of himself.
Well, because the lyrics don't make sense. I've been kissed by a rose on a grave. How? How does a rose kiss his seal?
Jess, can you play for Swanee Kiss from a Rose sung by an actual seal?
Someone throw him a sardine!
Like, Fitzy and I actually recorded that, Swanee, in Sydney Harbour. We're out there near Garden Island. We saw a seal on a rock singing, and we recorded that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, look, speaking of, I mean, we have absolutely digressed from the story. The story is this. Seal has a 21-year-old daughter now with Heidi Klum.
Yeah.
And she turned 21 and he sang at her party. That's the whole point of this.
Of course he did.
Oh, is that a bit much?
No one's listening. got about a quarter of the crowd, I reckon.
Look, Seal's an amazing performer, but do you want your mum or dad performing at your 21st?
Well, Heidi Klum then came out on the catwalk in one of those sort of feathered angel
Big
outfits.
extended wings.
Yes. And that's when it got really weird. That's when the crowd got into it.
It's given me an idea, though.
Here we go.
I reckon for when Francesca turns 21,
What are you thinking?
you should come out and just take the mic and sing "Money, Money, Money, Money," the theme from The Apprentice. Money!
Oh, Celebrity Apprentice. Well, it sounds
and
like
Fitz, you and I could do. We could do the Big Brother theme. Imagine.
Get Gretel to host it.
Swanee, you know that we have the Big Brother chair here in the office.
I have seen
So
it.
we can-
Have you ever seen a sadder relic from the past that means nothing to anyone anymore?
It had a greyhound in the office sitting on it the other day.
So every time I walk past it, I
Yeah.
go, God, you used to be someone.
Well, hold on to that for your kids for when they turn 21, and then you'll be able to recreate something so special.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness O'Connor or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Tell everyone the suggestion that you had for Chrissie, Swan.
Okay. I was just saying, Chrissie, wouldn't it be great? I mean, if people wouldn't know if you were joking. It was like when I wrote an erotic novel. People were so confused. So was I.
Yeah.
You could
We
also,
still are.
Swanee, you could release a Christmas album.
A Christmas album.
Yeah, and just have maybe call it Chrissie Presents.
Swanee said, what songs could I sing?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, without a doubt, Kevin Bloody Wilson's Santa Claus would be right up there.
No, we're not doing that. Swanee, you know what the difference could be? Like, there's a long intro or an outro in each song where you share something special about Christmas. So you come out of the song with a bit of a thought provoker, or maybe what you could call a mind bonbon.
What, so like a little bit of William Shatner. Sorry, have you just woken up and you're Colonel Parker to my Elvis?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
I think we're going to need to drug you and keep you on stage. I need more
you know what
cash.
you could do to add to that, Swanee? What you could do is you could have a Christmas cookbook.
Oh, yes.
So you have a meal, and instead of pairing a wine with that meal, you pair a song with that meal while you're preparing it.
Yeah, but Fitzy, you open the page
Oh, I
to that
like
book
that.
and it plays the song.
My favourite Christmas carol goes like this. Oh, mamacita, ¿dónde está Santa Claus?
Okay.
I look for him because
Okay, as your manager, we're going to put that one on hold. We're going to put that on hold, but let's move on to this.
Take 5. Blankety blanks.
Can I tell you, I love prepping this segment so much. It takes me hours and it shouldn't.
Okay.
I just read every magazine cover to cover.
Okay, and laugh your way through it. Here we go.
This is how it works. It's that amazing magazine with the headlines that you can't believe.
No.
I'm going to read a headline to you. I've blanked out a word, and you have to guess which word I have blanked out.
Okay,
Let's
here we go.
kick off with this one. The best man at our wedding was...
Michael Whipfley.
No.
No. Was the man that I was sleeping with that my future husband didn't know about?
Wow, that's a lot of words.
It's a long
but
title.
no, that is not the answer.
Damn.
In fact, what I was looking for is the best man at our wedding was a packet of kettle chips.
Oh, so close. I feel like an idiot I didn't get that.
Salt and vinegar, Swanee, or did they have the flavour
Michael.
there?
Yeah.
Michael, Ryan, meet Jessica and Jackson, spelt Jaxom, who met and fell in love
That's horrendous.
while working at a supermarket. In fact, on the first day of Jackson's job, Jess had to train him on how to do stock take in the chip aisle.
Did she
So
what?
obviously, that's where they returned.
What
to
a
get
great story, Swanee.
What is the greatest flavour, Swanee?
plain.
Oh, you've got to go brand first, I
It's
think.
so interesting you say that.
What are you thinking here?
You know,
Kettle.
I'm a Smith's Crisps girl. No, I'm Smith's.
Okay.
I'm a Smith's girl.
Smitty.
And I like I'm only ever in two moods.
Yep. What are they?
Salt and vinegar.
Interesting.
Or blue original.
Yeah, blue original.
That's it.
Sea salt.
Geez, because you're going for the boring original, but every now and then you just like to give yourself a bit of a jolt
No, it
with
feels-
the salt and vinegar. don't
Feels
you?
like home, you know.
Well, because I have salt and vinegar, and then I go, well, actually, the original is really delicious.
Boring.
Oh, I love a cheese and onion too, the yellow bag.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
on.
yeah, not bad.
Don't bloody breathe on me
Smells
after
a little
those.
bit like, you've stuck your finger in your belly button, though.
Okay, sure. Which is one of my favourite flavours. Okay, next headline's wanting.
The Smith's belly button. All right. I blended blank into the Boxing Day leftovers. I
is it-
blended blank into the Boxing
Would it
Day
be wrong to say
leftovers.
horse semen?
Oh, no, yeah. Well, it
probably,
is take
yeah.
5. I was going to say left testicle, but no.
No, good guesses though, guys.
Thank you.
Seems to be a habit forming there. The answer is I blended my finger into the Boxing Day leftovers.
Testicles was close.
Can you still
Poor old
serve...
Jennifer. Poor old Jennifer was blitzing a bit of Boxing Day curry. Did you know that was a thing?
Boxing
So
Day
she
curry.
took the roast beef from the Christmas table and they turned it into a curry the next day.
Yuck.
Anyway, Jennifer was blitzing a bit of Boxing Day curry for her baby and whoop, turned the old bar mix on herself. What a duffer. She says, I can't look at festive curry in the same way.
But you can't because it's got your pinky bleeding in it.
I mean,
Now,
you
this
all make
is my
mistakes.
favourite.
Here we go.
I can't wait to marry my...
Oh, God.
blank.
Do you know, I'm gonna throw
can't
this out there.
wait.
Whip, you spoke about this the other day with the world record. I'm
Dumplings?
going to say Pokemon collection.
Interesting. I'm going to say pork and chive dumplings.
Oh God, I could absolutely slay a serve of them. No, it is not dumplings,
What
and
is
it
it?
is not whatever
Tom
you
Ivy?
said. Pokemon.
Yeah.
I can't wait to marry my hunky Nigerian.
My favourite type of hunk.
Fitzy, Whipper, Tom, Jess, meet Mona. She's 51 years old and she met Spencer, 26, on Twitter after he replied to a message that she sent out to the universe saying that Tina Turner and Cyndi Lauper were her favourite artists.
And then he came back and said, well, I'm a huge Craig McLachlan fan. Just call me Mona.
The rest is history, guys.
True.
They visited each other. They're in love.
That is beautiful.
He replied with, you know what I'm a fan of? Your bank account.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Where's your hand?
Don't worry about it. It's not mine.
hey,
Don't worry about it.
Above the desk, everybody.
I want to talk about this show, and I want to celebrate this show because it's 20 years over in the UK it's going for. And do you know what? The more that I think about it, Chrissie, Swan, you've been on a couple of reality shows. This one is made for you. Actually, they did an Australian version. I want to ask you if you were invited on the show. Come dine with me.
Oh, we did that, Fitz.
Did
I feel like I was asked
Did
to
we?
do that like 20 years ago.
Oh. Yeah, we went to Sophie Faulkner's house for
didn't.
dinner.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. She was the celebrity. You and I wore vests at one stage and helped
No.
out serving food.
His face is like, no,
were there.
I wasn't there.
Tom, Google Sophie Faulkner's Come Dine With Me experience.
I was not. I did not go on Come Dine With Me. That is not
Is
a
that
memory.
the show where a celebrity hosts a dinner party and invites
Yeah.
friends to come round?
No,
Yeah.
no. What it is, the original Come Dine With Me are 4 different strangers. And you go over to each person's house and they cook for you a 3-course meal.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but the celebrity version is, Sophie Faulkner and Whipper and you.
Yeah,
I
it was.
can't
Falcon or
remember
whatever.
that. I cannot remember that.
I'm sure
So-
it was.
So anyway, you're thinking of something else.
Tommy,
We didn't go
Please
on
tell
Come
me
Dine with
someone's Googling, or I'm just
Tommy,
going to
you're-
have to be like my kids and
Is there a
get
photo
on
of
it.
Fitzy and I in vests?
I'm doing a deep dive to get it to
really
get you
dive
something
deep
right
on that,
now.
Tom.
While you're diving, Tom, I want to celebrate 20 years of the UK's Come Dine with me, and they've released one of the episodes. Now, what I love about this show is there are people that go on there that are really talented. They know how to cook, and they're having strangers over at their house. It can be quite hard. What happens sometimes, though, is that the other contestants get together, and I think they vote against the person that stands out by a mile.
Okay, in a good way or a bad way?
So you win $5,000 cash whip. It's a lot of money. Like it's good money. So on this one episode,
Yeah, and the contestants conspire against the good one.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they go, oh, well, this foie gras is revolting, and they're like, it's actually delicious here.
It's actually really good. So Peter was a previous chef, and he's gone on Come Dine with me, so he thinks the $5,000 is in the bag, right?
Yeah.
He's on the show with Jane, Adam, and Charlotte, and they've obviously got together. So this is at the end of the show. The results are about to come out, and Peter...
I love this already. Yeah.
Peter's got the silver tray,
he's
and
ready
he's
to
about
go.
to reveal who the winner is, thinking that it's going to be him, Chrissie. Right? All the others are sitting on a couch in Peter's house. Here's the reveal.
As the host, it's up to Peter to read out the results. This could be interesting.
So let's see who's won. In fourth place is me.
Why are you shaking your head at me?
You won, Jane.
Oh, my God.
Enjoy the money. I hope it makes you
my
very
God.
happy. Dear Lord, what a sad little life, Jane. You ruined my night completely so you could have the money, but I hope now you spend it on getting some lessons in grace and decorum, because you have all the grace of a reversing dump truck without any tyres on. Well, you wouldn't, let's be honest. There's nobody in there, love.
This is so good.
What have you
I want to
seen?
watch the whole series
So
from
do I.
day one.
That was awesome.
So then they get some cutaways with Peter by himself. Have a listen to this.
It's a travesty that I didn't win. An utter travesty. The best food, the best presentation, the best table, and that I get graded under Adam. Under Adam, who produced a plate of vomit. Under Charlotte, who served up rancid, chewy pork and an undercooked chocolate brownie.
Awesome. This guy's on fire.
He's got a point. He shouldn't be able to lie about who's the best just so that you get the $5,000 cash.
And if he's not back for the next series, to have another crack at the $5,000.
Oh, yeah. This time he's playing to win.
Has to be.
What about when Jane goes, I don't get it? And he goes, you wouldn't love because there's nothing up there.
Oh, that's so great.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness O'Connor or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.